the application process, a vital tool we use is STEM Premier. Your entire application will be submitted online.
These are the duties of the Oklahoma HOSA State Officers. I serve as Oklahoma HOSA State President. My responsibilities include conducting meetings, managing committees, and making sure Oklahoma HOSA runs smoothly overall. I also serve as an advocate for any questions and concerns any member has over the course of my term.
I serve as a post-secondary HOSA member. The position I hold is Vice President. As the Chief Mediator of our chapter, my duties include coordinating established HOSA committees, assisting in the development of our program of work, and the Vice President also assists the President in leadership functions and presides over meetings in the President's absence.
I represent small school post-secondary HOSA members. I currently serve as Oklahoma HOSA State Secretary. My responsibilities include taking minutes of the meetings and submitting them to the advisor within 2 weeks of the meeting.
I represent small school post-secondary HOSA members. I currently serve as Oklahoma HOSA State Treasurer. As Treasurer, my responsibilities include keeping financial records and reporting them at each meeting. I also assist in fundraising efforts for our National Service Project at Spring Leadership Conference.
I represent large schools post-secondary HOSA members. The current office position that I hold is chaplain. My duties as chaplain is to give daily thoughts to our meetings and to assist in the development of program of work.
I represent large school secondary HOSA members as the state parliamentarian. As state parliamentarian, I assist the President in assuring that meetings are held with parliamentary procedure as well as assisting with the program of work.
I represent large school secondary HOSA members. I currently hold the position of reporter. As reporter, my responsibilities include taking pictures at all HOSA activities, managing social media accounts, helping manage the HOSA Heartbeat article in the e-magazine, as well as assisting in the development of the program of work.
I represent large school secondary HOSA members. I am currently a historian on my state officer team. I take pictures at all HOSA activities, produce a year in review at the State Leadership Conference, and help assist in the development of the program of work.
I represent small school Oklahoma HOSA members as service chairperson. I organize service project for the state officer team, as well as act as a contact person for all national service projects.
I represent large school secondary HOSA members. My current office position is as social chairperson. As social chairperson, I am responsible for developing one social event for my fellow HOSA officers and aiding in the program of work.
We are Oklahoma HOSA.
Throughout the interview process, you're required to give an introductory speech over yourself. Prior to interview day, you can find your interview materials or the statements that you'll be speaking over in the interview packet. On interview day, you'll draw your statement and give your speech.
During the selection process, you are required to take a test that covers Oklahoma HOSA history, bylaws, and general career tech information. You must score a 70% or higher. Study guides are found online.
You'll participate in a formal interview. This is your opportunity to showcase your personality and express why you want to be an Oklahoma HOSA State Officer.
You will record a campaign speech at your school with the maximum length of 2 minutes that will be submitted to YouTube. This is your chance to explain why you want to be an Oklahoma HOSA State Officer.
Another part of the interview process is cold reading. During cold reading, you'll be asked to read a prepared statement to the judges.
You will write a mock thank you note to demonstrate your professionalism as a potential Oklahoma State Officer. You will address and stamp the envelope before submitting it to the judges.
No campaigning for office may take place at the state interview meeting. Verbally campaigning only may be done at the Fall Leadership Conference. No props, costumes, candy, or other posters are to be used. Any campaigning, including the use of social networking sites, prior to FOC will result in disqualification. Be committed to HOSA and promote HOSA's goals and objectives in every way possible.
Be enrolled in a regularly scheduled health careers program during the term of office.
Maintain good standing status at your local school throughout the entire term.
Be a state and national dues paid HOSA member.
Attend the current year's Fall Leadership Conference as a candidate for election.
Complete the term of office. Accepting this honor is a responsibility to the local program and to Oklahoma HOSA.
Know the duties and functions of the office for which selected and fulfill all responsibilities for the entire term. Accept the roles and responsibilities as a member of the Oklahoma HOSA State Officer Team as written in the Oklahoma HOSA bylaws and Oklahoma policy procedures.
Project a positive and professional image of HOSA at all times. Represent the local school, advisor, program, state officer team, state advisor, and the Oklahoma Department of Career Tech with the decorum required of such a position.
Maintain a professional image and good grooming in order to project a desirable image of the organization.
Attend all meetings, trainings, and conferences during the term of office and accept responsibilities as requested by the HOSA State Advisor.
Avoid places and actions that could raise questions regarding moral character or conduct. Use of alcohol or illegal substances at any school, HOSA, or Oklahoma Department of Career Tech sponsored event will result in permanent expulsion from the state officer team. Smoking is allowed for adults over 18 years of age, not in HOSA uniform, and in designated areas only.
Be able to work as a team player, avoiding any display of superiority. Treat all members of the organization equally and without discrimination.
Be willing to spend the necessary time and travel during the term of office.
Understand that there may be personal expenses incurred, but Oklahoma HOSA will assist in reimbursing selected approved expenses, including travel, lodging, and/or meals.
Resign office immediately if at any time commitments and expectations are not met. Includes but not limited to attendance, professional image, official dress, responsibility, and conduct.
Follow the code of conduct at all events.
Act as a voting delegate at International Leadership Conference, which includes attendance at all necessary meetings. Attend various events and sessions at ILC according to the state officer schedule.
Understand that the state officer term is defined as Fall Leadership Conference to the next Fall Leadership Conference. The expectations are for the state officer to make whatever arrangements needed to attend the final Fall Leadership Conference and to fulfill their obligations to Oklahoma HOSA.
The state officer candidate and their advisor has the responsibility to attain the support of their Career Tech Center and high school administrator. This is important to gain the support of the Memorandum of Understanding and the required dates.
See to it that the state officer follows his or her expectations. Attend all meetings, trainings, and conferences with the state officer during the term of office and accept responsibilities as requested by the HOSA State Advisor. Local advisors do not attend CTU and WLA with state officer team.
Assist the state officer at school, workshops, and conferences. Travel with the state officer per school policy.
Assist the state officer as needed. Serve as the state officer's positive role model with dress, language, habits, assistance, ethics, etc.
Understand that there is no extra compensation to serve in this position. Understand that because of responsibilities with state officers, it will be necessary to obtain assistance to help with other students at conferences.
State Officer HOSA official uniform will be provided by Oklahoma HOSA. A $150 deposit is required at the November State Officer meeting. Schools and/or officers do not have the option of providing their own HOSA official uniform. Complete uniforms will be returned to the state advisor at the conclusion of the officer's term of office. Oklahoma HOSA will provide meals for the state officers at all state officer meetings, CTSO Day at the Capitol, SLC, CTU, WLA, and FLC. Oklahoma HOSA will provide lodging for the state officer at the November state officer meeting, SLC, CTU, WLA, and FLC.
The local school administration understands that the school accepts the financial responsibility for the state officer and advisor to attend all meetings, trainings, and conferences, including International Leadership Conference, arriving the day before the day of opening session. The state officer local advisor will act as an event manager for one of the events for which Oklahoma HOSA is responsible for at ILC. This responsibility will require the advisor to arrive to ILC a day before opening session.
State officers and their local advisor must arrive at ILC in time for a 4 p.m. meeting on the day before opening session. State officers have the option of participating in a state officer leadership training offered at ILC on the day before opening session. The local school must pay the additional registration fee for the training, and then Oklahoma HOSA will reimburse the school following ILC.
That wraps up our overview of the application process and officer expectations. You can find more information on the Oklahoma HOSA website. Good luck.